Happy Wednesday. Took 2 trades today on my 20 50K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for 80% off. These are done in my live stream, which happens on my main channel every morning at market open, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We're going to go ahead and recap those trades from this morning. All right. Sorry, chat. I'm getting ready. I'm, for the most part, here. What's shaking? Tough drive to the shop this morning? No. Garrett. Into a discussion about Tradester. It's just so classic. I get into the office at like 8:10, 8:05, 8:10, 8:15, somewhere around there. And me and Garrett are usually the only ones in here. And so we always it's always just like a quick little check-in about what's going on, the plan for the day, outstanding questions, new ideas, whatever. And today's was just a little longer. Okay. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Good rest of the day yesterday. We are at 24,000 US dollars on the Nasdaq. 24,000. We are ripping new highs. I guess yesterday just ended up closing up. My 640 buy, I guess I could have held it all day long. That's pretty sick. We'll see what today brings. News on the session. Got crude oil inventories at 9:30. If you're a crude oil trader, Trump makes an announcement at 10:15. Keep an eye on that. Other than that, nothing during the stream. We do have PPI tomorrow and jobless claims tomorrow. Thursday. Now, what's a trading group you were asking for a name for last night? Not a trading group. It's a fantasy football league. I wanted a trading related fantasy football league. I got put in a fantasy football league with Rips, Brett, Big Daddy Max, KJ. I'm not sure who many of these people are. Jade Cap, Jay. I know like Jay. I know of Jade Cap, never talked to him. I know Brett the best, and then Rips I know pretty well. But it's just a fantasy football. It's like a FinTwit fantasy football league. So I needed help with the team name. We figured out the team name, chat. My team is named... You know what? I'm just going to write it out for you so that you actually understand the liquidities. TDs. That's the name. Seen a lot of KJ tweets lately. Yeah, the only thing I've been seeing him on Twitter for is that he's charging like $2,000 for a book or some shit. I don't know, man. Liquidity. That's pretty funny too. How to trade all-time high markets? Don't try and fade it the whole way. That's the #1 piece of advice I can give you. There will come a time where the slaps happen and you'll see all these people celebrate that their shorts were spot on. But the general rule of thumb is at all-time highs, shorts are usually the rocket fuel for higher. All-time highs are notorious for looking weak and then propelling. They look weak and then they propel. It looks weak at the highs. It gets people short and then it pushes, stops the people out. That propels us higher, right? Rinse and repeat. That's typically how all-time highs work. What's considered all-time highs? Are you still at all-time highs when you're 50 points off the highs? I think yes, but you know, someone out there is probably going to be pissy that I said that. I would say at and around all-time highs. Blanket statement. Yeah, after they lost 50 times, then they pick the top. That's real, like actually real, and you'll see it all over Twitter. I knew this market looked so weak. I'm in it for $5,000, a 500-point trade, you know, and you're like, okay. Show the feels of you getting slapped into oblivion or you DCAing into oblivion all the way up. I've seen more than a few crash, depression, doomer vids on YouTube. Do you see that happening at all in the foreseeable future? Brother, that's been happening for as long as I've been around the game. People naturally want things to just be terrible because it gets views. So they say things are going to be terrible, even though it's not necessarily going to be terrible. We got VWAP coming into play here. Nice little sell-off. I'm tempted for a little stab long, but I'm gonna wait it out. But yeah, like at the end of the day, people will always make videos of the market is too inflated. And you got to remember, they were making videos about this when Nasdaq was at 10K, 9K, 8K. We're at 24K right now. Market goes up. You might have moments of pain, but the market goes up. Prior open here is actually not terribly uninteresting. At 92, if Delta holds up, able to have it at basically 5 points. I'm gonna get stopped out. Delta gets a little heavy. I wanted the bottom of the range. I tried it. It was worth a shot. Bottom of the range. Prior open on the 5-minute little doji-y kind of style candle. Stop fairly tight, 7 points, which I'll take. I mean, my base hit's a 10-point winner, right? So worth a shot with Delta holding up, and then buyers or sellers just came through. Nothing really too much more to write home about. Watching for the -1, and then yesterday's value area high, I think, is the next interesting spot. I think my stop was a good point of invalidation. I guess you can't short all-time highs. Oh, I mean, of course you can short all-time highs. We're 90 points off of all-time highs right now. In the midst of everything, we're technically a blip off of all-time highs. You can absolutely short it. It's just, is it always the right play? The little slap again. Yesterday's close, feeling on the table. Or it's the dip with buyers holding up. I mean, that's a divergence playing out fairly decently. I'm long off yesterday's value area high. Giving it a shot, but I'm going to keep it very tight here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and move it break even. It's like right around 4 points. Pretty tight here, but I kind of want it to work, or I don't want to take an L on it if we sweep through IBL pretty aggressive. I mean, I've even tempted to open this up into 70. Like, value area low on the day, prior open. Doesn't feel that crazy. But I got my finger on the trigger. I'm ready to get out of this thing. It makes sense, too. Want to see some buyers step up here. I get stopped out for the break even. I'm gonna call it here, chat. I'm gonna call it. I don't. Would I have gotten a full 10-point exit there? I think it would have been close. 52. I think I would have gotten the full 10 points. So I should have potentially been up $60 right now instead of down 140. I'm gonna call it. I'm not really enjoying this action. I feel a little on edge for some reason with it. I'll wait and see if we flush through IBL. Taking an IBL trade, I think here is pretty much on the table because of the overnight lows. I think it makes sense. Close below yesterday's close, come back up to IBL, retest it, go sweep the overnight lows. However, I also think very much on the table is the move back up into VWAP, 24K. And I feel a little on edge between both of them. And I don't want to force something and do something stupid. I am going to continue to watch as the day progresses, see what happens. But I'm down 7 points. I'm in a very manageable spot if I don't do anything dumb, but I don't want to do anything dumb.